Hello students. In the beginning of our studies, we have studied Aristotle's Poetics. Now we will begin to study Aristotle's Poetics, the text of the Poetics. The version of the text given here has been abridged from Bywater's translation, and the details that are considered unnecessary from the examination point of view or dealing with the little known are removed from the text. This translation by Bywater has been modified a little to make it more suitable for the needs of examinees. We have seen that the Poetics is divided into 26 chapters. The chapter first that deals with imitation, the common principle of all arts, medium of imitation. So, what are the things that are included in the chapter first? Imitation, that is regarded as the common principle of all arts, and the medium of imitation. So, these two things are discussed in the chapter first, imitation and medium of imitation. Second chapter includes the objects of imitation, and along with this, tragedy and comedy. Chapter third deals with the manner of imitation and epic and tragedy. In chapter 4, we see that what is the origin of the poetry, and also at the same time we see the development of poetry. In chapter 5th, we study the definition of the ridiculous, epic and tragedy. And in chapter 6, definition of tragedy and its formative parts are discussed. So in chapter first that gives the details of imitation and medium of imitation. We know this thing that imitation is the common principle of all arts. An artist employs imitation to produce his art. There are various forms of arts. There are poetry, tragedy, comedy, dithyramb, that is lyric poetry. In all forms of art, imitation is employed, and imitation is employed, so they are similar. So epic poetry and tragedy, as also comedy, lyric poetry, flute playing, lyre playing, are all viewed as a whole modes of imitation. So every form of art is mode of imitation. So we can say that all forms of art are similar in this point of view, but at the same time they differ from one another in three ways. So there are three bases on which these forms of art are different. What are these three differences, or these three ways on which these forms of art are different? They are different by means, they are different by objects, and they are different by their manner. We know this thing that every form of art is imitation. Every artist imitates when he produces a form of art. A painter when when makes his paintings he imitates something. So in the point of view, imitation, all forms of arts are similar, but they are different. Why are they different? They are different because their means of imitation, their objects of imitation, and their manner of imitation are different. Just as form and color are used as means by some. When a painter makes painting, he uses color in order to produce his art, who whether by art or constant practice imitate and portray many things by their aid, and the voice is used by others. When a singer sings, he uses his voice. So medium is different of a singer from medium of a painter. Color is the medium for a painter, while voice is a medium for a singer. So this is a difference between these two arts, singing and painting. So also in the above mentioned group of arts, the means with them as a whole are the rhythm, language, and harmony used, however, either singly or in certain combinations. The medium of imitation. There are various mediums of imitation such as rhythm, language, harmony, color, voice. So here Aristotle says that there are various medium for the artist, and these medium can be used singly or in combination. A combination of rhythm and harmony alone is the means in flute playing and lyre playing. In flute playing and lyre playing, medium of imitation is a combination of rhythm and harmony. And any other arts there may be of the same description. Example, imitative piping. Rhythm alone without harmony is the means in the dancer's imitations. So in these three arts like flute playing, lyre playing and imitative piping, rhythm and harmony are used in combination. But there is another form of art in which only rhythm is used. This form of art is dancing. Dancer only imitate by rhythm. Dancer performs his art using rhythm alone. He does not use harmony, for even he, by the rhythms of his attitude, may represent man's character as well as what they do and suffer. So, a dancer can represent his art with using only rhythm. There is further an art which imitates by language alone without harmony, in prose or in verse, and if in verse, either in someone or in a plurality of meters. So there is an art that uses only language as medium of imitation, and this form of imitation is to this day means without a name. There are lastly certain other arts which combine all the means enumerated, rhythm, melody, and verse. And this form of art is dithyrambic and nomic poetry, tragedy, and comedy. So these forms of art Poetry, tragedy, and comedy uses a combination of three medium: rhythm, melody, and verse. With this difference, however, that the three kinds of means are in uh, some of them all employed together, and in others brought in separately, one after the other. So we have seen that there are various art that uses the medium in combination, and there are other arts that use alone this medium. These elements of difference in the above arts I term the means of their imitation. In the chapter second, Aristotle describes the second way of difference in the forms of arts. The objects the imitator imitates are actions. So, what is the object of imitation for an artist? Action. Action is the object for imitation. Actions with agents who are necessarily either good men or bad. Essentially, an object for an artist is human character that may be good or bad. The diversities of human character being nearly always derivative from this primary distinction, since the line between virtue and vice is one dividing the whole of mankind. So, the basic object of the imitation of an artist is human behavior and variation in human behavior. And this can be best, worse, and bad. Since the line between virtue and vice is one dividing the whole of mankind, it follows therefore that the agents represented must be either above our own level of goodness or beneath it, or just such as we are. The human behavior is divided into three categories: the level, the level of goodness, or beneath it, or common level, just as we are. With the painters, the personages of Polygnotus are better than we are. Polygnotus is a Greek painter, and personages uses by him, used by him, are better than we are. So the standard of personage used by Polygnotus is better than we are. Those of Poussin worse, and the standard of personage of Poussin is worse, and the standard of personage of Dionysius just like ourselves. This difference it is that distinguishes tragedy and comedy also, and this imitation of objects in this way also causes the difference or distinction between level of tragedy and comedy. Serious people are used as object for tragedies, and light-hearted people are used as object for comedy. The one would make its personage worse and the other better than man in actual life.